All right, hello, my friends. What is up? I am so excited to be here today. I wasn't going to record one today, but I'm sitting here in my blankie and I was just doing some writing and I was thinking, you know what? I could really talk about this today because I'm getting prepared right now to launch a new program, all based on the embodiment method. And this program is a health program, and it is going to be incredible. And I'm not going to say too much about it right now, but I am just really excited about it. I am so excited to tell you about it, to announce it, to bring it to the world, whatever you want to call it. I'm just really stoked because it's basically my life's work. It's my life's work. It's my life's work from the beginning to where I am right now, all wrapped up into a program that helps people find their health from a position of embodiment, from an inner standing, by claiming your health, by knowing your power, by stripping away and unlearning all of the fuckery that you have gone through and learned and adopted and adapted to in your mind and in your body, and rehabilitating it so that you can be free to be absolutely abundant, absolutely healthy, and happy. Like, actually, genuinely freaking happy. I'm just so excited. It's gonna be great. Anyway, for those of you who do not know, my name is Jordyn, and I am a holistic healing specialist. And what I do is I help people who feel like they have tried everything and nothing is working. And I help those people heal at all levels, mind, body, and soul, so that they can reclaim their power, which is their birthright, and step into their purpose. And right now, we are right in the middle of a series where I'm talking about why we do the toxic things that we do to our health. Because I know a lot of us, a lot of my clients, a lot of people that I know, and, my own self for the longest time lived in shame about my relationship with food and alcohol and the state of my body. And we as human beings deserve so much better than that. And the Limitless Life Code, this channel, this podcast, whatever this is, this place where you find my videos, is all about helping you break free from the chains that have been holding you back from living a life of true purpose, true freedom, and absolute abundance. And this week, today, today, we are discussing the third reason why we collectively, as a collective, as a group of people in Western society, specifically, because I am in Western society, we struggle in our relationship with food. And it's not even just food, it's substances, it's alcohol, it's nicotine, it's cigarettes, it's vaping, it's all the things that we are doing that are harmful to our body for the purpose of numbing out, for the purpose of helping us feel better, for the purpose of, moving through our emotions, whatever reason. And today I want to talk about the third biggest reason why we do this. And that reason is that we take our body for granted. We take it for granted. And this one, trigger warning, I guess. This one might be a tough one for some of us, and it could be triggering. But that's why we're here, right? To shine a light on the fuckery and to be held in loving community and unity as we do. So I'm going to tell you, if you feel triggered, it's okay. It's okay, because when I speak to you about this, I'm not preaching from some pedestal. I'm preaching from experience. I'm not even preaching, I'm speaking to you from personal experience. I've been in the fuckery. I've been in it. I've been in it. And there's no shame here. There's no shame here. So let's refresh on what we have talked about in the last little while, okay? The first is your body is a superhuman adapting machine that is always, and I mean always, always, no exception to this rule, it is always doing its best to help you survive. No matter what, your body is always working for you. Always. No matter the circumstances or the environment you put it in, your body is always doing its best to function optimally. So when it is malnourished for long periods of time, like your deficit for long periods of time, your body adapts so that it then needs less energy to function. And when your body is filled with toxins and poisons and chemicals, your body sends you messages through illness symptoms. When your body is constantly stressed by emotional suppression, your body is communicating to you through physical aches and pains. Your body is quite literally magic in action. Silent magic in action. It cannot tell you with words what is happening, so it tells you in signals. And it is always trying to communicate with you, except that we have learned to suppress and ignore what the body communicates. Or we band-aid over that communication with pharmaceuticals, or by self-medicating with other substance abuse, including alcohol, binge eating, drugs, overtraining in the gym, starving yourself, self-harm, all kinds of things. And when our body doesn't do what it's supposed to do, or, what we think it should do, then we punish it. We use our body to numb out. We use our body to numb out when we cannot face our fearful and shameful and guilty thoughts. We use our body as a means of escape, and we forget that our body is the only way that we get to be here. It's the only way we get to be here. Excuse me. Our body is the vehicle that allows us to experience the good things in life that we are constantly overlooking. The belly laughs, the belly laughs, the joy, the witnessing of innocence, the witnessing of grace, the witnessing of kindness, community, friendship, a warm hug, your favorite meal, the sunrise, sunshine on your skin, and sand between your toes. We take it completely for granted. Completely. We have been brainwashed to believe that our worth is tied to our physical appearance, and we punish our bodies. We belittle them, we judge them, we criticize. Do you understand that this is complete insanity? This is complete fucking insanity. And I'm going to explain to you why. Your body is never acting of its own volition. It's never acting maliciously. Your body is another incredible expression of your state of being. Your body is your state of being worn on the outside of our consciousness. And if you feel unworthy, if you feel like you are lacking, like you are not enough, if you carry around beliefs of not enoughness for long enough, you can bet your buttons that it is going to start to reflect in your physical, if it hasn't already. Because beliefs create action, and actions come from that state of being. The ones that come from that state of being, the ones that come from the state of being of not enoughness or unworthiness, or that you're lacking in some way, actions that come from there are going to cause harm. This is why self-love, and I don't mean like wooey, lame ass, fluffy self-love, but like the dirty, gritty, gracious kind of self-love where you see yourself sitting in the dark and you say, I understand. I understand your shadow. I understand your fear. I understand why you feel this way. Self-love really to me is self-compassion and self-respect. And that's why this is so important because your relationship with food, your relationship with your body is a reflection or a projection, rather, of your relationship with yourself. And you cannot love yourself and hate your body at the same time. You might do both from one moment to the next, but you cannot do both simultaneously in the same instance. You can't. And I'm not saying, okay, for those who want to argue with me, if you do want to argue with me, I am not saying that if you hate your body sometimes or all the time, that you don't also love yourself. I'm saying that in the moments that you hate your body, you are not loving yourself in those moments. You are not having self-compassion. You have forgotten who you really are. And because I say this because your body is an extension of you, of the light that lives in you. Your body is an extension of your consciousness. Your body is an expression of your consciousness. Your body is the one who has gone to war for you. Your body is your protector, the protector of your soul. It is your ride or die, literally. Your body takes all of your abuse, all of your neglect and ignorance, and your ignorance is not your fault. I said this before. But it shows up for you anyways, in every moment. Even if it feels like it's falling apart, it's doing its best, adapting, bending, accepting, and coming to the table to help show you the way to your healing. And your body is at the mercy of you. It does not choose anything. It only acts as you act, and it follows where you lead. And it's always trying to accommodate you, no matter what that looks like. Your body is always trying to work with you. And this is why this is reason number 3 and not reason number 1 and not reason number 2, because reason number 1 was that we've been misinformed, that we have been misinformed about how our body works, about what it really needs, about your body's healing capabilities. They traded our health for their profits. And that's very sad because they tricked us, basically. But that's okay. It's okay because it's all leading us to the truth. It's all leading us to the truth. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you hate your body, I truly believe, I truly believe it is because you misunderstand it. And I say this because I used to fucking loathe my body. I'm going to tell you something for real about myself, okay? I've already mentioned before that I have battled eating disorders my entire life. This is because I call it ugly duckling syndrome. I was awkward. I was awkward growing up. I was 5'3" until 10th grade. And I had really skinny limbs and I was a little chunky in the middle. Okay. You know, I had a little love-handedly spare tire. Keep in mind, I grew up in the early 2000s. So like late 90s, early 2000s. I was born in 91. I'm 34 this year. Uh, and low-rise jeans were a thing back then. And so with how things were and with the food that we ate, like my mom was a single mom. We didn't have a lot of money. We ate what we could afford, and that was fine. And also we've been misinformed about our bodies. So we didn't really know what was nourishment. We just knew that we needed to eat or we wouldn't make it. And honestly, I developed an eating disorder very young. Um, But it got worse when I grew in 10th grade. In 10th grade, I grew 7 inches in 9 months, which was ridiculous. And what happened then is I got really, really long. I got long limbs, long legs, and I had a um a really awesome flirtation with anorexia in high school. Not awesome, but it felt awesome to me because I got really thin and I got a lot of attention for it, and it was good for me then. But it wasn't actually good. It was actually awful and toxic and terrible, but I didn't know it then. At the time, it felt like it was great. In addition to all of that, with the eating disorder and hating my body, I also had psoriasis, plaque psoriasis, that by the time I was able to find some treatment that worked for my psoriasis, I I was covered about 78% of my entire 5'10" body was covered in plaque psoriasis. And so I hated it. Like, I hated my body. And I'm gonna tell you, plaque psoriasis is no freaking picnic. Like, I couldn't shave my legs without looking like a murder scene happened in the tub. I couldn't go in the ocean without feeling like I was literally dying by 1,000 cuts, because I was. I was covered in scabs, and saltwater burns like a motherfucker. So that's the thing. So when I tell you, when I say these things, this is coming from a position of I freaking get it. I get it. And when I say that if you hate your body, it's because you don't understand it. It's because I get it. I hated mine too. I hated it. And I truly didn't understand it. And that is why I have so much more compassion for my body now that I know what I need to know. And that is what I want to teach you guys here. That is what the embodiment program is going to be all about. This misunderstanding of your body is not your fault. Your body is truly your temple. And when I say it's your temple, I mean it is. When you think of a temple, okay, think of like a religious temple. The temple is the home for the spirit, where the spirit lives, the Holy Spirit. Your body is the container for your Holy Spirit. It is literally your temple. It is a work of art that fights for you every single day. And if we do not stop taking it for granted and putting it through all of these different layers of abuse, we will more than likely wind up sick, like the bad kind of sick. Because your body can only hold so much suppressed negative energy, and it can only adapt to so much ignorance of its needs before it starts shouting for you to see it, to just see. And it'll shout in its own special symptomatic way. We wonder why our body does what it does. This is why. These last 3 episodes, I strongly encourage you to watch them again, because it's important. You need to know. And if you're listening to my voice now, I encourage you, if you're listening to my voice, if you're looking at my face, I encourage you to take that step forward towards self-loving actions in regards to your physical health, your authentic expression, to feel your feelings. I know it's scary, and I don't mean you have to do it right now, but feel your feelings and speak your truths and nourish your body and nurture your inner child. Work on putting down, letting yourself put down all that you're carrying that feels heavy, so that you can interact with your body in a way that is loving and kind and gracious. before the diagnosis comes.